The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble! You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books, and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, just stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey.
Hey. Next, he's our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
I hear intros are really hard to do.
They are, man. Gotta be top tier.
That's why I never do them. It's always you guys. I ain't gonna sound like that.
Damn. Next, he is the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
What's up?
I love that. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today because we are going to be talking to you all about Ark, the animated series. We're also going to be talking to you all about Batman, Dark Age. So we have those two items for you along with whatever else you all want to talk about. And we'll tell you how it is you can get down with Fantastic Forum to let us know what that is in just a moment. But before we do, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, the show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, let's have our amazing intern lay the 411 on you.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Thank you.
Want to
intern.
get in on
Appreciate
the action?
It.
Call Fantastic Forum on
remix.
Skype and join the fun.
We're running it back. Run it back. That's that fire. So yeah, fantasticforum.live is a place to be. You can go ahead and hit the call-in button, and you would become the 5th member of Fantastic Forum. So that's available to you either now or later as we start discussing things, and there you will have takes on what we're talking about. Please feel free to call in, or you could always jump into the chat either on YouTube or on Twitch. We'll take your comments directly out of the chat and bring them into the show. So, feel free to use any of those methods to jump into the show to be a part of Fantastic Forum. Gentlemen, it's good to be here with you all. You all feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, say okay. No. There it is. I was overwhelmed by y'all enthusiasm. You all feeling good? And I was like, oh, they're feeling too good.
Look, I'm missing Fallout for this, so.
Oh, shoot, Fallout. Wait, that starts today?
It was supposed to start tomorrow, but they pushed it up ahead because it's so amazing.
So you're not missing it. You're going to get it.
On like right now.
Yeah, but you're going to get it later after the show.
Nah, it's not the same.
Yeah. He's like, that's not the right time to get it.
At that point, it's used. It's done.
Derek H is in chat. What up, Derek H? Says Rogue is a freak. I'm assuming he must be talking about the most recent episode of X-Men 97.
Have you watched
it yet?
Oh, fuck.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude. He's not an X-Men fan, so I get it.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have. I'm all caught up. And now it makes sense why she sounds so old. Apparently she is.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but
Well, they showed her time with the Brotherhood and the Savage Land and shit.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Well, they suggest she met Magneto before, like he was fighting the X-Men.
Right. When he was in exile with Devil.
When he was at.
Well, he was in the Savage Land with, Kazar and Zabu and Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy.
Was Moon Boy in it?
No.
Oh,
but I assume that's what he was doing.
But
Mo
there was
no
a lot of cameos, at least in the latest one.
Yeah,
like some
big
names.
Exodus is in it.
Oh, cool. Is
Dazzler. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dazzler.
I don't like black-haired Dazzler though. I guess it's brown.
I mean,
90s
I want my Dazzler to look like Taylor Swift.
Oh, boo. That's not what Dazzler looked like.
It is now.
Yeah.
That's what the Swifties want her to look like, but nah. Everything can't be Taylor Swift. There's enough.
They did I want to call it Extinction Agenda, but it's also like the attack on Genosha. Like the mutant nation in Genosha. Like they started the nation and then attacked it the very next day.
as they will do.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they started up Genosha? Guess what we gonna do?
Yeah.
Guess what we gonna do?
So, and they had a Hellfire Gala in it.
What? Did they really?
Yeah.
Dude, okay. All right. Sheesh, man.
Like it's like they mixed that Genosha, like Extinction Agenda and whatchamacallit, and like Krakoa, like they use elements of that in it. Nothing overt where they can't change back or they can't do either of those, but they kind of mixed it all into one little event, and I guess to be continued. But yeah.
Well, they're condensing a lot of things, like when the Goblin Queen thing was one episode, and they covered a lot. Like they skipped a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To get to where they got in that one episode.
And normally I hate that, but I loved it here.
Yeah. Jay, did you end up watching last week's episode?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Oh, you're caught up too. You just got nothing to say.
No, I did. I was waiting for everyone else, and then I was going to.
Oh, he's like, shut up. He's like, y'all need to stop talking. I agree. Jay, they talk too much, right?
Look, you literally just talked over him, man.
Jay, do they talk?
Hey, let the people that watch the show talk. How about that, Lawrence?
Jay.
But yeah, Cyclops basically goes on a rant, like an anti-human rant.
Wait,
on air.
Rant?
Oh yeah, he's totally racist. I knew it.
What? Is it anti-human or pro-mutant?
No, it's anti-human. He's like,
yeah,
you people are the problem. Like, you are the ones why I can't have my child with me because you'll attack me because you're weak and you're ungrateful.
They didn't even want to deliver him.
He did everything to say Magneto was
human or just true?
I mean, it could be both.
No. It could be true and not anti-human though.
Yeah, but it can be both.
Huh? Wait, we have a caller.
I was just looking at this peanut butter.
Derek H., you are the 5th member of Fantastic Forum. Tell people where you're calling from and if you think Cyclops is anti-human racist.
Hello, I'm Derek H. calling from NoHo, the land of the hoes. I needed to call in to talk about Rogue before you guys went down a path I didn't want you to go and had to turn you off. So, which I'm sure is still coming. I'm sure you're still going to go down that path, but still, I'm going to talk about. Yes. You're right. Cyclops is a complete racist and narcissist.
Damn, racist and a narcissist,
and he's got balls.
He went in. He went total alpha male. What's that? What color is your Bugatti guy? Andrew Tate. He went complete Andrew Tate on Jean. He was cheating on her with Madeline in his brain still.
What? They did
and
the
then-
White Queen thing?
And Emma Frost was watching.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Emma Frost
Yeah.
was watching the whole thing, watching it go on. This
I'm telling you, you gotta watch this shit, man.
It is built for freaks and pervs. It has all like the little markers of a perv show. He went off on a reporter lady was just asking him, "Hey, how can we all get along?" And he's like, "We can't because people won't let me have my children. You're ungrateful. We saved you too many times. You little punks. Because of you, I can't be with my kid. I hate you." And then he went upstairs and started yelling at Jean. I guess about not being Madeline, about not giving that good.
How dare you not be that clone?
And then she got mad at him. Was like, I could have been out in the stars. I could have been flying around the planets with a Phoenix Force, but I stayed because of you. And he's like, I don't care. I was like, damn, Cyclops.
And she cheated on him with Wolverine.
Yep, and she went out. The whole Xavier household is messed up. She made like a little water tornado or whatever. It went underwater, and Wolverine came up and say, "Hey, what's up? Stay with your man. You hoes ain't loyal." And
she kissed him.
And then she turned around and started making out with him. And this is a kid show, and she's straight up making out with Wolverine. And Wolverine's like, "Whoa, hey.
Get your shit in
down
order."
with that."
Yeah.
Even though he is kind of down with that.
He is, but he's also getting in order. Like, I'm not gonna go. Like, we're still gotta fight alongside each other here. You know.
He's like brothers for hoes.
He goes, "I got more."
I got more. He can turn into all of you. That's fair. Now, Derek H., why is Rogue a freak?
Because they showed her getting freaky with Magneto.
They practically boned at Gala.
Yeah.
They
look like Usher and Alicia Keys.
Wow. It was
okay.
It was embarrassing. They showed the aftermath of their love making where she's sitting there drying
in front
off
of Gambit.
afterwards.
In front of Gambit.
Yeah. And her ex-boyfriend, and she shaves up to tell her ex-boyfriend, look, you can't make my cheeks clap like Magneto does because we can't
make my cheeks clap.
That's almost a quote.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, we can't. I have needs. You can't fulfill my needs. You know what I like. I like that electricity loving. And she told me
electricity loving.
I can't go without it. And she went to become the queen of Genosha.
Damn. Joe, this all sounds right?
A little off, but yeah.
This is all one episode, by the way.
It's like a 40-minute episode.
Yeah. Jeez.
Okay.
They got that one
to me about last week's episode, and I was not feeling part one. I did really get into the Forge and Storm story.
Wait, you didn't like the Jubilee story?
Not really.
It had Mojo.
Wow.
Mojo. Ever.
I'm not really a fan, like a huge fan of Mojo, but when I am like watching him, it's not like the video game thing is just, I don't know, weird to me.
It felt more like an arcade story.
Like I wasn't really buying it. And I just didn't think it was that good.
Damn.
Well, I mean, listen, I appreciate
Jubilee ruins something else, I guess.
I appreciate them setting up Jubilee and Roberto. Like that was pretty slick. But I don't know.
Why is Sunspot still there? Didn't he want to go home and fuck off after?
I don't know, but Jubilee just turned 18, which is why he's still there.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. You're right.
But he's younger than her. right?
Yeah, but otherwise, there's no other reason
Not
for him
here.
to be on the show. Like the only reason he's on the show is because Jubilee got that good, like I've been saying. And otherwise, he would have been. Look, he's a millionaire. He has his own jet. He don't need to be hanging around unless unless there's a reason to the reason.
I guess. But that's like, I mean, Jubilee is not necessarily like,
He's in her room. They showed him many times in her room on her bed with the door closed. I mean, that means one thing.
Yep.
When you're that age, that means you're getting that. You ain't there to play Genesis, if you know.
Like he even pretended he didn't like video games.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
how
I've
in
done that
movies with two people get together and they show fireworks in the background? She could do that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
that's fair. Man.
Yeah, I didn't.
I can't believe Joe didn't like the Jubilee episode. That's fair. I guess. Man.
Oh wait. Does Joe intake video content? Does he watch content that is presented on video, or is he against that?
No, it's not.
What? Video content?
As long as it's not physical, yeah.
You mean like analog? I love analog stuff.
Okay, Joe.
Like he literally just bought a comic book last week.
I've been trying to get Lawrence to watch analog stuff, and he's like too busy to watch a little 2-minute cartoon. It's like, the fuck?
Like I want him to watch a music video, and he won't. Like
He's too busy getting skinny.
yeah. Oh yeah, I saw him today in person, man. I was nervous. Not only that, but Lil Larry's different, man. Every time I get in his car, he's got NPR. This time he had Power 106.
Oh, he's getting gangster now.
Yeah, he's like now he's getting his groove back.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
doing.
this.
Getting my groove back.
Or for the first time.
Also, is the United States guilty of war crimes now since they can try to commit genocide?
If they sent the thing, then
excuse me, it wasn't just one. So it's not like what a whole fleet of those suckers showed up.
no, it was like a master mold that made them. That was making them.
With transportation, who has the resources and money and coordination to pull that off? The United States of America does.
Yeah.
Wait, are we still talking about X-Men?
Yeah, the latest episode.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were talking about X-Men in real life right now.
Because you didn't watch the episode.
It's the dude that was running it originally. Like he's a
Trask?
cyborg. Yeah, or not Trask, the other guy.
Oh, the cyborg Pierce.
Pierce, yeah, is that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's the side. Like it's probably gonna be an AI or something in that master mold or whatever. Because a kaiju master mold too. Because I thought it was a Tri-Sentinel, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Captain Universe, Spider-Man. But
Or is it Cameron Hodge?
might be Cameron Hodge that I'm thinking. The one from Extinction Agenda.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one I think.
Actually, I think it's Hodge.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because Pierce is from Hellfire. Yeah.
So I think he's gonna be like probably like an AI in it instead of just a cyborg, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking into chat and I see Tiger Claw says, so what you all thought of the trailer for the sequel to Joker? Did the Joker sequel trailer come out?
Yeah, like today or yesterday.
You guys not even have the internet anymore?
I didn't see it.
Listen,
all I saw was a picture of Lady Gaga in lingerie, and I just figured it was her new music video. You know?
Wait, is Lady Gaga in the sequel to Joker?
She's Harley.
She's Harley Quinn.
I did not know this.
Lady Gaga?
We reported on this on the show,
God.
Larry.
I forgot.
You're lucky you're a good producer. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be on the show.
Listen, I will tell you right now that like
my nephews were ready for Larry to retire.
Wait. How did I feel about it when we talked about it beforehand?
You didn't care. You're like, whatever. No, because it's that Joker movie. It's like that Joaquin Phoenix movie. That ain't Joker.
Yeah, wait till I watch Larry's mind explode when he finds out it's a musical.
At least 15 pop songs.
Wait, no. Look, y'all are
No,
missing out.
seriously.
No, that's what it is. Yeah.
Half
Like
the
it-
trailer looks like La La Land.
What?
Like, because it's supposed to be like Romance of Fools. Like, that's the title, like the French.
They go around
Like,
singing the whole time.
L'amour du. I forget some shit like that. And
La Folie
it's like
d'Or
they're-
or something like that.
yeah, the folly of love or some shit. And it's supposed to be they're both like entwined shared psychosis.
Also, based on that trailer, like I don't think Harley is a psychiatrist. I
And
think she's
also-
just another crazy.
Yeah, not on the picture, but the picture I saw, I don't think she's a psychiatrist.
Yeah, Lawrence,
Otherwise,
did you
I'd be all
realize
for
that
therapy.
Joker and Harley Quinn are both insane in this movie? Did you realize that?
Oh no,
Well,
that's a
they're-
fair one because that movie is not Joker. Yeah.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
insane in everything.
Right, but at least Harley Quinn is like an accomplished therapist who is corrupted by the Joker, and that's why their relationship is so toxic because he's the reason she's given in to her darker urges. And when she breaks up with him, it makes it such a big deal that now she's teaming up with Batman because she's been able to
Yeah,
put that to the side. But this
But-
isn't like Mo said, this isn't really the Joker.
right. So what you're gonna get natural born killers with Joker and Harley. Like just like the first movie was just a repetitive version of like the King of Comedy and Taxi Driver. This one's gonna be, Bonnie and Clyde and natural born killers. You know,
I said it when the first movie came out. I like the movie. It's not Joker.
yeah.
Should have been called something else. But I like the
Yeah.
movie.
It
It's a
was
good movie.
originally, and then they just put a
And
DC
as
tag
much
on
as
it.
I hate musicals, like this trailer makes it look like it's gonna be like visually, it's gonna be
Do they
great.
have
Wait,
what
visually it's
music?
gonna be what?
great.
Oh, okay.
Like whoever did
Go
the
ahead, Mo.
cinematography like did a good job.
What are the
Got it.
songs in it? Like,
I all I heard was 15 like pop songs that they're gonna redo, and I think
So it's already established music?
yeah, it's like
At
Glee.
yeah, at
it's
least
like-
15 of the songs. are
Like
gonna be-
Glee?
It's like Glee.
It's a jukebox musical, so
Yeah.
all the songs are going to be like pop songs.
What?
But like honestly, like what would save this movie for me would be like if you get Billy Joel's "You Might Be Right," then that for Harley and Joker, that's tight. That's a perfect song. Like read the lyrics. Like it's tight.
The Joker from the movie Joker isn't really adept enough to seduce a Harley Quinn like in the comic books. Like
No. Absolutely.
to turn a psychiatrist Harley Quinn.
Well, that Joker can't even wipe his ass without his hands shaking like this. Like he's
Yeah,
not
they
even
gave-
crazy. He's
The
autistic.
new Harley seems to they gave her more agency, so that she's more in control of her basically going crazy. Like so she's not like a follower anymore. It doesn't look like it looks like she's kind of pushing it forward. So it looks like it's gonna be good.
Go ahead. I finished, Derek. I'm sorry.
No, that's all. I just said it looks like it's gonna be good. I'm sorry you guys aren't gonna watch it, but
I'm
So,
gonna watch
I'm
it.
gonna watch it. And I
So
hate musicals, but I'm gonna watch it.
you think it's gonna be good, Derek, despite that it being a musical, or because of?
no, despite I can't
Okay.
stand it.
Got it. Now, Jay, you've been pretty quiet. Have you seen it?
No, I didn't care, so I didn't watch it.
And Larry didn't watch it because it was on our Discord as Tiger Claw let us know. But Larry just
God,
thinks like
listen.
I literally talk shit about Larry to all of you guys in our Discord, and I tag him, and he still doesn't see it.
Jay, the fact that it's a musical, how do you feel about it?
Is that? I don't even know that that's true. Like you guys
What?
bullshit around
It
a
is.
lot.
It
You
is.
didn't hear
15
these
of the
fools
songs are
say
cover songs.
singing all through the trailer, and there's 15 pop songs, and Lady Gaga. You didn't hear any of that?
Look, these guys
No,
talk a lot of shit, and sometimes they're fucking with you, sometimes they're not.
Man, he's questioning my reporter skills.
Jay said y'all are alternative facts. Jay said, listen, he's like, I'll wait for AP to report it. Thanks.
What they did.
Hey, Jay didn't see that. show it to Jay. Then we can talk. Okay?
I don't really care. Like, I don't like. I can't. Like, I don't imagine I'm gonna go see this movie. Like,
Jay said, questionable ass Fantastic Forum news.
like I saw the first one, and that was more than enough for me. Like, I don't need more. I don't want
Wait,
more.
you guys tout yourself as like a news source for the community, but you
Right.
don't believe your own news. The Fantastic Forum doesn't believe the Fantastic Forum. Is what you're telling me.
I believe
What I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is that there are 4 of us, and we each have our own opinions. We're not a hive mind.
And perceptions. So,
So,
we are each other's checks and balances.
so the audience has the choice of siding with me, or they could side with Mo or Oz or you or Mayor.
when we're
It's like,
saying
that's
this movie
why
is a
there are 4 of
musical,
us.
like that's not an opinion. That's actual like
No,
there's no
but-
siding.
No,
with
I
anybody.
can see Joe's point where it's like, okay, we're calling it a musical because they're talking about 15 different.
Yeah.
But if it's like The Crow and you talk about 15 cover tracks for the Crow soundtrack, the new Crow movie, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's the soundtrack. Like that movie is
Yeah.
known for its soundtrack,
Right.
so it could be like the soundtrack to the movie. So I get where Joe's coming from. Where it's like, yeah, that he could see that if he's not wanting to believe the musical thing 100% right off our bat, you know.
Also, in Jay's defense, I know like y'all said it the first time, and I didn't believe y'all either. I thought y'all just talked in trash too. But
Yeah.
subsequently, I was just like, oh no, they're serious. They're saying they do believe it's a musical. Now, if you all are just like pulling my chain all this time, and I just fell for it, well, that sucks. And Jay's right to hate you all. But you know,
He doesn't hate us.
It's not hard to go. It's not like they're keeping it a secret. You can literally just go type in Joker 2 musical, or you know what? Just type in Joker 2, and you'll get it for yourself.
we agree with you,
don't
Derek.
care
However,
enough-
we
I
didn't do
don't
that
care
before the
enough-
show, so we didn't know.
I don't care enough to do that. Like,
You only made $1 billion.
Jay will never do it.
like from what you guys are saying, it makes me want to rewatch Moulin Rouge,
Yeah, that's what it
What?
looks like to me. Like that's
What?
how I imagine it.
because that's what you guys sound like. Like, it sounds like you're talking about like the Joker,
Moulin-
but
yeah.
Moulin Rouge, and it's
Again,
like,
Yeah,
why don't I just watch Moulin Rouge? Like,
Th-
that was a great.
that's what I
movie.
said about Joker with Taxi Driver. Yeah,
That's actually what it's being compared to is Mamma Mia and Moulin Rouge.
oh, Mamma Mia.
I
That might
didn't
have a
see
Billy
Mamma
Joel
Mia.
song. That's all ABBA.
Yeah, I like. In theory, I like ABBA.
Yeah, we all love
Right.
ABBA.
You know, nobody knows that those are all ABBA songs.
Mamma Mia does.
Harley. I mean, friggin' Lady Gaga does not look like Harley Quinn in the.
It doesn't
pictures
matter,
I'm
but if
seeing.
you're a little monster, you're gonna see that movie. So I'm gonna go see it.
Arthur Fleck doesn't look like Joker in Joker, but it still made $1 billion. So
Yeah, she's blonde and she wears like black diamonds and red. So that's all you need.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, while I hear what you're saying, Derek, where it's like, yeah, like traditionally speaking, he doesn't look like Joker. He's recognizable as Joker. Like, if I didn't, if it was
not really.
completely divorced,
A really
but
sad
look
Joker.
at that, and I'd be like, oh, like somebody's trying to do Joker, but with like, like the tragic clown thing, like making a combination.
If you showed up at Comic-Con, you'll be like, there's a homeless guy that's stuck in Comic-Con.
No, I would definitely know that was Joker. But-
Really?
100%.
Like
Come on.
I almost really wish that first movie did it. Like they in the influence they used would be like Nutty Professor, where he's all when he's Arthur Fleck, but when it comes Joker, he's like, oh, like he's all smooth and debonair and shit, you know.
I didn't see that Nutty Professor. I saw the
Oh,
remake.
Yeah, it's the same concept. Like it's two
Yeah.
different people, but
Yeah.
it's like he's not really two different people. Like there's no reason for him to become a villain. Like there's because he's a villain without a superpower, essentially, the Joker. And it's like, but he's fucking the king of villains in Gotham. and
I
it's
saw
like
Mhm.
that movie does not give you that origin for that supervillain, you know?
Well, yeah,
Like,
but
if
it's not
you
trying
showed up
to.
in like a gang warehouse or something, they would beat the shit out of him. Like he wouldn't
Right.
get out alive because he's just goofy.
But there's no Batman, right?
It doesn't matter. Like he's the clown
does matter.
prince, the clown prince of crime in Gotham. Like it's just not. Now we got to get a second. Well, I guess we're getting a second movie to see where he could become a worthy adversary to Batman. Now.
Yeah, but he's gonna be an old man by the time Batman becomes Batman.
Yeah, I blame Scott Snyder for this shit. His whole like 3 Jokers theory.
They say that Batman's never showing up in this.
Yeah,
I
I mean, they showed
agree.
Bruce
Like I don't think that
Wayne,
like that's never gonna happen because of
it shouldn't.
like right. Nor should it, right? Because
Yeah.
that Joker isn't made for a Batman. That Joker's made for the world.
Even
Yeah,
though
so-
in the trailer they plainly say, in fact, it's in big lights Arkham Hotel, so Arkham does exist. Like he is in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, but it's a hotel. Yeah, check in and then he's gonna get out. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
You know how
I gotta watch the trailer.
So who's gonna see it? Show of hands.
Well, obviously,
I'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see it.
Oh, my hands.
That's it. Derek, are you gonna go see it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It took me a long time to see the original Joker, so I'm not sure if I want to see.
We should all go together, Derek.
No. I'm not trusting you people to show up at
October 10th, the date, by the way.
Why doesn't Derek want to hang out with us?
You know why?
Because
Is
there
there a
doesn't trust
better
us.
movie opening that weekend?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I
I'm
don't
sure
know why.
all the other studios are going to give it a wide space because Joker is a juggernaut of a movie, and they're not going to want to have put other people up other shows up against it. So it'll be out. You'll be able to see it. I'm just not going to go. I was trying to get off before you guys start talking about the Silver Surfer news, but now I'm not worried about it because I don't think you probably don't even know Silver Surfer news.
No, we talked about it last week. Go and
We did.
listen last week. Yeah.
What about a girl?
Yeah. Like we actually broke the news technically. Like all the nerd rage happened over the weekend. We had our nerd rage and everything.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have any rage.
No, but I mean, we didn't really have rage, but it's not something I would like. But either way, like it's like the Earth.
I don't even think that's the actual Silver Surfer because that movie's gonna be set in the 60s.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be that Silver Surfer, and then they're gonna come into the main MCU and give us the actual Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
I'm
guessing. Like you saying that Silver Surfer,
Right.
you're already as bad as the MCU people.
It's the ick. It's the ick.
Yeah. No, you can't, like,
No,
Silver Surfer is
honestly,
like eternal, you know.
I feel also too that like I think that this movie is gonna take place in like its own reality.
Yeah.
So, which is okay. I mean, either way, like I mean, 'cause
Venom
as
3
soon as
is
they were like
coming out.
1960, I'm like, this isn't the MCU that we know.
Venom 3 is at the end of October 25th.
Right. It's coming out the same time as Whitebird. Like, why would I
What
go
is
see
Whitebird?
Joker when I can see Whitebird?
The fuck's Whitebird?
What is that?
It's about a Jewish girl is hiding away a boy, and when the Germans come, she ends up helping her.
Oh, it's a woke Jojo Rabbit.
Isn't Jojo Rabbit already woke?
Yeah, but he's hiding a girl,
You can always go more.
and now they have to make the main
It
character.
always got more woke. It's woker.
Dude, Piece by
Woker
Piece is
Jojo.
coming out,
Joe,
which is
what-
the story of
Joe?
Pharrell Williams' life animated in Lego building blocks.
Okay, I got it.
Joe.
I think
What?
you're talking about
Joe,
Rogue being a
what are
freak,
you
and
talking
you got
about?
Jay talking about Pharrell Williams' life. And
Thank
time.
you, Derek. Thank you for your call.
What? Like, why are you making Derek sound right, Joe?
With that, you ready to go, Derek? For real?
I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
Like,
I could watch the Pharrell Lego movie, or I could watch Joker. Like, of course, I'm gonna watch the
Pharrell
Lego
Lego
movie.
The Pharrell.
Like honestly, I want to see that. Like that would be a better musical for me to watch. Would be
I
the
can't even
Pharrell
believe he
story.
said that sentence like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's the
how
messed up
powerful
part.
is this stuff? I didn't make it that strong.
I was like, Pharrell kind of do look like a Lego though.
Yeah, that hat. I'm gonna make my own like Pharrell Lego, and it's gonna have a Mountie hat. Where's my Lego here? My little.
No. Oh,
Damn, he does.
jeez. What in the world?
So this is the movie poster.
That's a bad poster.
Nah,
I get what they're
like
going for,
Yeah,
but no.
nah,
I
I'm
don't
in.
know. What?
I mean, I'm not gonna watch that instead of Joker, but
but why is it like what? Why the gold person?
because he had gold, has the heart of gold, man.
Pharrell?
Yeah,
I could barely see the last piece because it's all camouflaged.
Oh Lord, you can't see me.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'd rather see that than Joker
Why not both?
because I don't want to see Joker.
Why do you hate? Why do you hate Lady Gaga?
I don't think she's ever been in a film where I was like, this is better for her being in it. Like, okay, she was in that one film with the country music guy,
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm not gonna watch that. Like, that looks
what movie was
boring.
that?
A Star Is Born, but there's like, I mean, it's
Oh,
at
It's
this
like
point,
the
it's
I
like,
think it's really good.
yeah, but it's
I
like the
haven't-
fourth remake of a movie that from like the 30s, so it's like
I think it's the third, right?
fourth.
Oh, it is the fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in the Batman Part 2?
As Harley Quinn, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Wait, what?
I
No.
I think he's kidding about that. I just saw that's one of her credits is the Batman Part 2.
No,
But
I don't believe that.
Okay, no, this can't be real.
No,
Phoenix
it's not
I'm gonna
real.
look up her
is listed on it,
filmography
too.
real quick.
She hasn't done
No.
a lot of movies.
But I know that the TV, she was in the what House of Usher joint.
The American Horror Story.
No,
She did-
I'm not talking about.
No,
I
but
know she's in
she did
American.
two seasons of that. She was brilliant in both of them. And then
Oh no, was it Versace? What is it? What is that?
The House of Versace, that movie, yeah.
House of Versace. I heard she's
Yeah.
really good in that.
Yeah, she's good in that. And then, yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched House of Versace, but I know it's a good
I haven't
movie.
either. But you know,
But-
again,
but
like, it's
from
one of
what
those
I
things
saw,
where people.
Her debut was in like the American Horror Stories, and she made those worth watching because some of those were terrible.
Okay,
Really?
she was
She was in the better seasons out of all for me of those, but I'm also biased because I'm a little monster.
she was in Machete Kills, which
Oh.
I didn't see. She was in Sin City. I saw that. I don't
The second one though,
like.
Yeah,
I think she made a cameo.
yeah,
yeah,
Like I didn't even
I
know
think she was just
was
singing.
in it.
right?
yeah. She was just on stage singing.
Yeah, which is okay. Like that's what she should be doing in
And as
some of
far
those joints.
as TV, like I don't think I've seen. Like I might have seen the episode of Sopranos she was in, maybe.
Lady Gaga was in Sopranos.
She was like an extra, like she wasn't featured in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
She was
she's
in
like
the Telltale Muzzadeli
yeah,
or Muzzadel. She's
Muzadel,
the
yeah.
classmate.
Yeah. She's just in it, like
She's
In the background.
uncredited.
yeah. It was, but that like you can't go by that because she's not performing anything in it. If you want to watch her like do good, like she's in probably the best season of American Horror Story, the Roanoke, the one about that weird island in like West Virginia where
mhm.
so they.
I think we all know what Roanoke is.
I'm saying it for the audience because you know.
Most people like. I don't
Yeah.
think most people do.
But that they did a good thing because what happens with these American Horror Stories is like they're good for like 6 episodes and then they get garbage because they have to, stretch out a full season. So what they did is they did the actual events that happened till like episode 6, and then the rest of the 6 episodes were like the documentary team trying to do the reenactments of it. So you have all these crazy good actors like living in the house trying to do the reenactments of what actually happened in the first part of the season, and it's really cool.
Yeah, their seasons are definitely too long.
Yeah,
Like
that's
how many episodes are American Horror Story?
Like 13.
Damn, like why can't they come up with 13 episodes worth of story?
Well, because they try to do. Again, this is like I don't want to sound like one of these dudes, but they try to do the woke thing where they try to do musical stuff and they try to do things about inclusion and stuff along this horror story type thing. So like when they do like the Circus Freak one, it's about they do an episode where they all learn to accept themselves for who they are. And it's like, no, you're a fucking freak. You scare the fuck out of people. Somebody's trying to kill you. You kill them fucking back. Boom. 8 episodes. Done. Great fucking season. That circus season sucked for that reason.
I don't know what Mo's talking about. I haven't watched that particular season.
Yeah. Oh, it's so terrible.
I watched the first season, and it was good, but it was definitely drawn out. Like they could have definitely lost like 3 to 5 episodes.
So but the first season, the first season was drawn out a little, but they had a lot of stuff to explain that they never explained. They explained in other seasons because they all kind of connect a little, and
so they were telling the wrong stories in that first season.
Well, they were starting you off, and then they changed the format. So then the second one was like Asylum, and it's a bunch of people. So they try to give you the story, and then it turns into a civil rights movement story where it's an interracial couple that gets visited by aliens, and it turns out they just say they're crazy because, and it's trying to be like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with like horror undertones in it, like with a Nazi doctor that's experimenting on these nutty people. So it's like they're trying to do all these like socially aware storylines that they lose the horror part. And it's like
I feel like horror is not the genre for that.
Well, it can be. You just have to do it right. They do it well in American Horror Stories. They're an anthology series where
that's what we're talking about, right?
No, stories, not story. Stories. Stories.
There's
stories.
Series.
Stories.
There's a story, American Horror Story, and then American Horror Story.
Stories is the anthology series.
I didn't even realize there was a difference.
I was trying to tell you, and then you're like, whoa, there's more.
Right. Great Scott. I agree.
So stories is anthology series where all the episodes are like maybe the stories are like 1 or 2 episodes and they still connect, but they give you just these really cool horror stories that are only like 1 or 2 episodes a piece, and they still connect to the main series on certain aspects too, even stuff I haven't seen. So like, but if you do want to watch American Horror Story, I would say watch Coven. That's a good one, even with the musical numbers, because that's like that one fits the whole social justice thing well, because it's about witches, and even like black witches, voodoo witches, and white witches like hating each other. The New Orleans witches and the Salem witches at war with each other, while there's witch hunters coming. So it has a very like, in fact, that's probably the best X-Men series you're ever gonna get is American Horror Stories Coven, because you got your Magneto, and it's Angela Bassett, the Magneto version. You're like hilarious. Jay Leslie's like, I'm gonna go watch this shit right now. And then it's was it Lang? Fuck, what's her name? The chick from the 70s Godzilla movie, King Kong movie. Sorry, from Cape Fear, Jessica Lange. So Jessica Lange is like the Xavier, and Angela Bassett's like the Magneto. And then you got the opposing forces, and then you have a bunch of witch hunters coming after them. So then the two faction of witches have to like guard the house, so that against this assault from
Yeah.
from these witch hunters. And then they still do a musical number with like I think Lady Gaga's in that doing a musical number. And
It's still Lady Gaga. God damn.
I think her and Stevie Nicks do one together. And
Stevie Nicks.
yeah, because she's a real witch, so she's gonna be in it.
Wait,
you know?
is Stevie Nicks a real witch?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Look, you want to hear about that? We have a Patreon post dedicated to that. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'll pay my $3.
Yeah, for $5, bitch.
Oh,
We don't do nothing less than $5.
Damn.
Nothing less than $5.
Wow. Well, anything you want.
Yeah. Now you took it to another level, man. That's not. That's not what we do here.
So okay, so yeah, that's interesting. But I'm still baffled, especially because like I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand like American Horror Story has been around for a while, but American Horror Story has been around not so long that if they didn't have 13 episodes worth of story, they could have done 10 episodes or 9 or 8.
but the thing is, it's network television or cable network television. It's cable network. Yeah. So they did have a format then. This was before streaming still. So was
American Horror Story around before streaming?
Yeah, it came out like 2010.
Is that before streaming?
Yeah, like real streaming. I mean, you had your Hulu and Netflix, but Netflix was streaming movies, not barely some original series. You know, like
they weren't doing original content.
You had probably House of Cards and then like Lilyhammer. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, and you know what? That sounds fair. So I'll give you that. And so they're like, we're already doing less episodes, so they're trying to stretch it out. Okay, so that makes more sense. But then why don't they?
Well, the problem is the episodes is more. The issue with the episodes is more. It's the standard. It's more about they got to lock in a year in advance, lock in the commercials. You know, so it's like, oh, if we're doing shows in this much, you can buy this block of time for guaranteed exposure for commercials. These are the shows we're doing. That's what the upfronts are. You know. So that's why a lot of those do that. So even if it's like they could do
so it's literally like money grab. Like we have to have this many episodes.
Especially like on a first season or a second season too, like where it's like, you know. And then when shows get real good and they have to pay the actors more, that's when it's like, oh, we're gonna break this season into 2, 8 episodes here, because it's like there are people already in on it, But in the beginning, they have to follow a formula.
See, it's so interesting how TV, like how the industry will work. Just because, I don't watch American Horror Story because I don't like horror.
Well, you would like American Horror Story.
I mean, listen, I'm sure they're telling interesting stories, and I see the promos.
No, I'm saying like you're not going to be that scared, like with a lot of these. Yeah.
Listen, unfortunately, a good friend of mine was in the joint that you were like poo-pooing, the season you're poo-pooing with the carnival folks.
Yeah. Of course, because they use them for stereotypical reasons.
Right. Because he's a little person and whatever. But anyway, and it's like
I want to see him be Donald Trask.
So, no, but yeah, okay, but
he was great as a Nazi though. That friend of you. I saw that movie with him as a Nazi. He was brilliant.
He was good. He was good. But so I watched one episode of that joint because I was like, he's in that episode, like basically featured, and I'm like, I gotta watch it because it's my boy, and I was just like, ugh, it's a lot, like too much for me. But it's just one of those things where it's like but what I know about American Horror Story is that it doesn't necessarily feel like it has to it doesn't have to conform to, like, it has enough of a following that doesn't have to conform to whatever the like norms are for anything. Honestly,
now it definitely doesn't, because even like they do American Crime Story now, They do. So
Wait, there's 3 American friggin'. There's a third series now.
well, now there's like they're treating it like the EC comics, where you have the horror one, then you have like the science one, and then the crime one. So there's American Crime Story, and that's one of the Versace one. I think the Versace is one, and then they did the other one with the OJ, with Cuba Gooding Jr. Like
OJ,
yeah, that's American Crime Story, the OJ Simpson murders. You know.
Wait,
and then,
what?
Yeah, so those are part
all
of.
Connected?
Well, it's the same people that make American Horror Story doing
I didn't know
American
that.
Crime Story. Yeah, and those are great because again, those are only 8 episodes. Yeah,
right. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, tell the story you have. Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Now they can do that. They wasted a lot of good stories when they couldn't. Is what I'm saying. And
but what I'm saying is American Horror Story today.
Yeah.
Are those still 13 episodes or are they 8 now?
Well, look, the last season now, like the part 2 of the second season just came out right now. So it's like 26 episodes of a story that they're telling. But again, it seems like that season people are liking. People that I didn't think would like it are doing it. Like, you know, Kim Kardashian's in it, and she's like part of a cabal that swallows Hollywood babies and shit. And you know
what?
Yeah, it's crazy. And but like. I was okay with it. Like even the what I saw was cool, but I wasn't thoroughly enthralled with it, you know. But people are loving that this season. Like dudes that like, it's usually when I meet people that love American Horror Story, it's usually girls and some dudes. Now it's like I'm working with dudes. They're all talking about American Horror Story, like this new like. Did you see part 2 came out? And I'm like, I didn't finish part 1, but yeah. I didn't even know it was going to be a part 2. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, now they're taking their time, but you know, season 8, season 6, like you know, they have to conform to some things. Because like even the dude did he did a Rock Hudson movie, like the team that did a Rock Hudson movie for Netflix. So they took a hiatus from American Horror Story for a while to do the crime ones. And then they did a couple for Netflix too, you know, and then they went back to American Horror Story with Kim Kardashian.
That's wild.
Yeah, and she's surprisingly a decent actress. She could be, you know, Cheetah or some shit, or Vixen.
Listen, Kim Kardashian can't be Cheetah or Vixen.
Look, watch American Horror Story already now on Hulu. And Disney Plus.
It's bad casting. Either way.
Try it now. Watch it now. Get a free trial. Link in the bio.
Listen, I'm not saying Kim Kardashian can't be a superhero or supervillain. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is those 2 names, those aren't the right ones. Because I'm just like actually, like, does anybody off the top of their head know like who Kim Kardashian like could be?
Like, why can't she be like a Vixen though?
Well, first of all, Vixen is like a much darker complexion than Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but you know, movies lighten shit up. But Kim Kardashian is black.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is ethnic. She is ethnically Afro-Armenian.
What? This dude.
First of all,
that's part of the genocide. That's what the dudes in System of the Down are that they sing about is that genocide. Like that's why her family came here.
So what you're trying to convince me of,
yeah,
is that Kim Kardashian is a black person
in Armenia.
Well, no, not in Armenia. Like a black person is what you're trying to convince me of.
Look,
she's African roots.
A whole militarized government tried to kill her people. Yeah,
I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying she's not like. Listen, Armenian genocide is a real thing. I'm with you on that. What's that have to do with Africa?
Well, that's where her originality came from. Is it? I mean, how else you get Afro-Armenians without African people?
But is she Afro-Armenian? Is what I'm saying.
She is. Genetically, she is. I mean,
like
culturally, she might not be.
Technically, didn't we all originate in Africa?
Yeah, but
Of
you got
course.
you got
That's not what we're talking about, right?
You-
we're,
you
not,
got-
we're not talking about we all came from Africa. We're talking look, what like you're saying it like how there are Afro Latinos.
right. Again,
Right,
another
but that's not the same
genocide.
thing,
Yeah.
right? Because
I've
we
never
know
met
what
one.
Afro Latinos look like.
Nah, I never met one.
Oh, come on, dude. What are you talking about? Like, literally, me, look, exactly. Thank you, you son of a bitch. Things I never met one. It's like, Belize. All Belize. Going to all of Belize.
I
But
don't believe the word you saying.
you son of a bitch. I hate you so much.
My sister
Like,
just
but
found out
anyway.
she's Afro Latina.
Say what?
My sister just found out she's Afro Latinx.
She knows.
She didn't know that was a term.
So what I'm saying is, it's like Kim Kardashian, while I 100% and fully acknowledge her heritage, the Afro aspect of it, it's like, come on, my guy. Like, what do you like? That's not a like. Yeah, like you like we like you've seen her parents. Like, we know what her parents look like.
Rob Kardashian had coarse hair. Like he had a perm.
Coarse hair doesn't have anything to do with Afro. Like, ask the Jewish people
Sure.
about that.
Look, they call it a Jufro. It came from the Ethiopian when King Solomon went with the Queen of Sheba.
So what we're trying to do is we're gonna ask the Egyptian people to talk about their African roots.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Okay, good luck with that.
Way off topic here.
Good luck
I blame
with
Larry.
that. No, blame me. I'm just saying. You got
Jay.
two
Jay, play the music.
people.
Play the music, Jay.
You got two black
Wait,
people
hold
on the
on.
show. What are you looking for,
he's
Joe?
just gonna keep going. Just play the music.
You asked who she could be,
Yes.
and I'm thinking Spiral.
Wait. Spiral. Which Spiral?
That works for Mojo. 6-arm Spiral.
That she's white.
I mean, Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian is closer to white than black.
That's colorist, Larry. We don't do that.
It's
on
not
this show.
colorist though.
Yeah, no.
Like, she looks like Spiral.
No. I'm talking about her in the Ray J tape.
I'm talking about her right now. She looks like Spiral.
That's not right now. That was like 10 years ago anyway.
Taking Tugboat says
When I
as someone
type-
who gets confused. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
When I put in current Kim Kardashian, this is one of the pictures that came up.
I don't think she
So-
looks like that right now, but I could be wrong.
But she
Take
could
it, Tugboat
be
says-
Spiral.
As someone who gets confused as Armenian a lot, she could play Latina maybe. She can't play black. Make her Black Cat, and that way you don't have to change her voice. Listen, Kim Kardashian could in fact be Black Cat. Like, that wouldn't be hard for her, actually.
I think it would.
Why?
Can't act.
But I feel like, think about Black Cat's personality. You don't think Kim Kardashian is that in a lot of ways?
Nah.
No. Not outside.
Oh.
You haven't seen her act,
Oh.
Larry? Like,
Well, here's what I can tell you
I
right
have.
now. Here's what I can tell you right now. The fact that you're like, she can't play Black Cat, but somehow you all felt like it was okay for her to play any other black character is ridiculous to me. Because just about any other black character,
Playing a black character, like the makeup does have to work.
like here's what I'll tell you. If you feel like she can't play Black Cat, but she can play Vixen, like Vixen has nuance.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
It depends on who's making it. Like you got Snyder or
No,
like,
it doesn't depend on who's making it.
Yeah,
We're talking
because
about the characters.
it's like the same with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's James Gunn's Guardians. It's like yeah, you expect that from that, you know.
Listen, I love how Jay. That was like I love how you switched between those two just now. Like, look,
Yeah.
Jay's like, give that chick 2 more arms or 4 more arms. She's good.
I'm seeing a lot of pictures of her as Mystique.
Similar.
Mystique.
Yeah, she actually wore that as a costume. Like actually did the paint and all that.
Oh, gotcha. And then here's the thing.
Mystique requires personality.
Yeah, like Kim
And
Kardashian
body
can't play Mystique.
yeah.
Like Mystique definitely has nuance too.
Yeah.
But Spiral, like you all tell me what Spiral story is like, damn, she has too much depth for Kim Kardashian. Tell me. I'll listen.
The last episode was the episode with Mojo in it last week on X-Men.
No, that's ridiculous. You're talking nonsense.
You tell me
Kim
she could do
Kardashian
that?
can do all that.
All right. Well, you got faith in her more than I do.
Taking Tugboat says, see, she could be Black Cat and keep the camera pointed at her butt. 1 million tickets sold. I don't know, man. I saw some pictures.
See,
it's like she's walking around with a diaper.
Well, listen.
Tits anyway.
But she has all that. 1. 2, it's like, here's the thing that blows my mind. You're like, oh, she can't be Spiral. That's crazy. But she can be Vixen? Like,
I love how we can get. I love how we can get Larry fixated on just stupid things. Like he's such an intelligent person, but he gets so fixated. Like it's a comment. Like
you all have seen Justice League Unlimited. Y'all know what Vixen can be like.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna make that.
You've seen the Arrowverse. You know what Vixen can be like.
Nobody's gonna make that in the movies. Like they got James Gunn running DCEU. Like he ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
All I'm saying is I just don't like the fact that one, y'all ready to.
I'm talking about what they got. This is who could do it. You know.
Y'all ready to whitewash all these black characters with Kim Kardashian? Even though she's not white.
That's who you have. Like that's who you have running.
Not you, Joe. I'm talking about these two. These two.
I mean, again, I'm not that. It's not. I don't consider it a whitewash.
How's it not a whitewash?
Again, like we went over it already. Like,
look, we had a whole discussion. We had a whole discussion.
Yeah, like ethnically cleansed. She's too black. Too black for Armenia.
Too black.
I'm here. Like,
wait, what?
That's why the Afro-Armenians came here to the U.S. because of that. Because the ethnically cleansed, they were too black for Armenia.
Kim Kardashian is not Afro-Armenian.
All right. Like,
what makes her Afro?
I'm not the one trying to kill her. I don't know. The people trying to kill her are the one that know. Like, why are you asking me that? Listen, I'm telling you from like people I know that moved, like they're Afro-Armenians. That's what they look like.
So what you want me to believe is Kim Kardashian.
I don't want you to believe shit. I want you to move to the next segment.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I said what I said for that reason, but again, it's like you're fixated on shit that don't matter. We're here to talk about comics.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about Arc.
Taking Tugboat says, Madam Web taught me anybody could be a spider.
I mean, that's probably true. Did we talk about any spiders today, though?
No, but...
Also.
No, it's more about gel coat.
When the fourth round...
Don't you call in...
Doesn't look good already. Jumbo Scampi for limited.
All right. So, Paramount Plus has released a series, Arc. Ark, the animated series. Who wants to tell us about it?
Jay,
Who's ready?
That's on you, Jay.
Okay, so Ark, the animated series, is about a doctor, scientist, partner who wakes up one day on an island where dinosaurs exist, and she has to survive dinosaurs and the different tribes that are inhabiting this island that is made up of all different people from all different time periods.
The end. All right. Look, Joe's correct. No lies detected. Okay. So, Ark. We should also mention the game or the show is based on the game. I feel like the first game came out in what, like 2015 or something like that, right?
Right around then.
Yeah.
I think 2016.
Okay, so mid 2010s.
And they
Tycon says, "Oh, go ahead, Jay."
They recently, their latest update, I believe, just went live not too long ago.
Right.
Like maybe last year, August or so.
Tycon says, "Ark, the anime series, is based on the video game. Any of you guys ever played it? Ark Survival Evolved, I have played. And I'm sure most of us probably played it, right? Like at least once or twice.
That one
I
I
haven't played it yet.
played, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
like 10 minutes of the cartoon and 10 minutes of the game, it's like, man, like when I saw the cartoon, it's like, man, they did this in 10 minutes with that character. I was still punching rocks trying to build a fort. Like
punching rocks.
Yeah. Like punching palm trees, get the fiber, and it's too much crafting in that game. I don't like this. I don't like it. It's like,
I mean, it's a survival game. Like that's what Ark is about.
I've played other survival games that weren't as bad. You know, of course, it wasn't a nice tropical area, so I had to worry about the snow getting to me. But
Do you have to eat and drink?
In the other one, yeah.
No, in Ark.
Oh, in Ark? Yeah, you have to do some berries and shit. You have to use some berries and some protein and shit too. But then you have to also conserve them because you want to make your narcotics so that you can trank like your dinosaurs and shit. So you don't eat, like, you got to let your meat rot too. So you got to kill all these dodos. Like that's the trick for the first level, is like really just killing all the dodos, and then
yeah,
you know, that way, you know. And then I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't like they're extinct already in my reality. Like, why want to do that again? You know, like I feel bad. Like I'm like, if I was a vegan, I could just eat this tree instead of punching it. Yeah.
What?
If
you're vegan, you eat the trees instead of punching it.
Watching the show does have me interested in trying out the game. Like,
really?
Yeah, I thought the show was really interesting. It was like,
well, look, the beauty of that's the beauty of the game and the technology. We live in the future now. Like, so Ark Survival Evolved is on every platform. Like, you can download it on the Android store for free.
Right. 100%.
Like, I did that. Like, you know what? Let me play this game again. Because I had played a demo before, but the demo was cool because it was like, you have this crazy ass bow, you know, like, and it's like you're playing already at this other level. That's just what the game can do. It was like an E3 thing, and then, but it's like, nah, they didn't show me the tutorial level where it's like 10 hours of grinding down fibers and rocks and shit, you know, and killing dodos and letting the meat rot. But yeah, definitely, like, right now you can download it and play on your phone. It's a weird experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it on Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's probably free on there.
You should.
Yeah.
But it is
It's
interesting
not.
just because. Wait, what?
So it's not free on Steam Deck.
But it's free on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't. That doesn't sound like a good experience. Like,
I mean, it's just smaller than the Steam Deck, and then you have money to buy other comics.
I don't
that you
even
were gonna-
like. I don't even like playing Snap on my phone because it
where do you
fucking
play
runs.
Snap?
Normally on my tablet or my laptop.
Why?
Where do you watch your porn?
It doesn't run well on my phone. It,
Yeah, but yeah, it's your
it
phone.
just
Yeah.
doesn't run well. One, it doesn't run well, and two, the way I hold my phone, I'm always ending my turn on accident.
Yeah,
Joe,
that's a thing. They have an undo button now because of that.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, it's still,
it doesn't work as good.
Yeah, I would still just rather not end my turn when I'm not ready to have my turn ended. That's why I play on my tablet and my laptop.
No, jeez.
I mean, look, that's fine, but it's still, where do you watch your porn, Jay? That's what I want to know.
I have a separate tablet for that.
Here's the porn tablet.
Yeah.
Joe.
I like
has
how he
the-
looks to the right.
Right.
Because
Yes.
there's a dude there, like, you better say it's a separate tablet.
No, my tablet is over there, like I'm looking longingly at it.
It's the naughty tablet.
Yeah. It's like it has access to the dark web.
Joe.
It's a
Joe.
fire.
Joe has a nice tablet and a naughty tablet. Right, Jay?
Yeah, like my other tablet doesn't have any none like explicit porn.
And that's why Joe doesn't get Christmas gifts.
Well, he gets half the ones he would get because they're judging him on the
No,
tablet.
Look, you don't know what he's doing on the naughty tablet. He gets no gifts. They're like, you're lucky we don't demerit gifts. You got to give gifts to people you don't know.
Well, that's how they make elves.
Well, we should probably get back to Ark.
Imagine Jay with an elf hat, like, and the elf ears.
He's like, gotta work off these gifts. Look, I would like the record to reflect that Jay has not denied any of these allegations.
Dude, I'm ready. Like if when they come knocking, I already have a thing set for it to delete itself. Like I'm ready.
Is they the elves or who's they?
Whoever comes knocking on my door.
What kind of porn are you watching that you're worried about somebody knocking on your door?
Hey.
I withdraw the question.
Be no.
We're recording. I withdraw the
Oz, Ark, goddamn, Ark.
Like, Pinhead's gonna be like, "You knocked and we answered."
Okay, so Ark, the animated series. So yeah, the game exists. Most of us have played it. And yeah, it came out a while ago. I mean, 10 years ago, give or take. And I mean, it's a series. Like, it has a following. It's not, the game, like the initial game was received. What's the right word? As from what I remember and what I've seen is like the initial game was received with mixed reviews. And there was definitely something there, but it wasn't executed in the best possible way, unfortunately. So, it's like, depending on where you played it, your experience would differ. So, but it is a survival game, like an action survival game. You can play it both in first person and third person. But the series is like more focused on telling a story. So let's talk about that. Like, Oz, what was your experience of watching this particular series? And how much of it tell people how much did you get to watch?
I was able to get through an episode and a half, which I think you count as like 2.5 because the first one was a double. And this show's terrible. Like it's one of the worst written shows I've seen in a long time. Like they try to get me to, based on the music, like I'm supposed to like the mom, the main character's mom, and she's a horrible mother. She's
Wait,
like
what?
She's selfish.
Who's the mom?
The cancer lady. The main character's mom. She's terrible. Look, she takes her kid to a protest, almost gets her kid hurt. And then later on, when she's an adult, like I assume she's the only child, right? She doesn't have any other brothers, sisters. It's telling her, hey, I need you to stick around. You keep going out to these protests and it's making you worse. I need you to stick around. She's like, oh, I'm doing it for you. Bitch, you're doing it for yourself. Your kid is telling you what she needs, and you're telling her you're gonna do something else. Like,
how's the mom being shitty affect the story in a negative way?
Because they're trying to make you think that she's good, and it's not the only example of shitty writing. Like, what I was almost
like you think
I was almost kicked out at the.
Hold on. Let me ask you this: you think they didn't, when they wrote the mom character, they didn't think she was going to be a shitty mom? Is that what
no? I think they wanted to make the mom like somebody that we look up to, like that her daughter was trying to be like they try to make the mom a really good person, and because they're shitty writers, the only thing they can think of is they make her an activist, and now anything she doesn't matter because she's an activist. She's good.
Wait, now I'm sorry.
That's second episode shit.
Yeah, that's the second episode.
I was like, I don't even know.
I can tell you the shitty writing in the first episode.
Yeah, because I felt like that about the whole lesbian relationship. Where like I'm playing, there's a game where I don't know nothing. Like, it's literally a blank slate, and then now you're telling me like all this stuff about these people, and it's like, I get it. You're trying to make it like Lost, but Lost doesn't give you everything like that right off the bat. Like they don't flood you with the back. Like the backstory is much, and so that's where I felt like, because it's like, oh yeah, they're trying to make this character likable. Like, again, I don't want to be one of these dudes, but it's like, oh yeah, you gotta make her a lesbian to make her likable, And then the one tough dude is like, he's literally just a dude that you create when you start the game. He just gets killed like right off the bat. All weird.
And look,
why does it get killed off the bat?
The part of the first episode that really like made me think, oh, these writers are dumb, was when they saved the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like, okay, first of all, that tiny ass little arrow is not gonna down a dinosaur that big. If it does, it's because it was bleeding
and
out, pulling it out.
Well, they brewed their narcotics.
Okay, you know what? I'll let that slip. Okay, maybe it was a poisoned arrow. Okay, yeah. I'll go with that with you. Secondly, both a PhD doctor and a World War II soldier don't realize that, hey, this dinosaur's been shot with an arrow. Whoever shot that is gonna come looking for it. Like they just hang out there, like, oh, petting the dinosaur. Like, come on.
Well, no. I'll give you that, because
I'm with you on that one too.
The World War II dude knew that.
Yeah.
Nah,
he kept trying to tell her
because stuff's trying to kill them.
Right, but he kept trying to tell her that.
Yeah. But he didn't leave.
Well, I agree with you.
He should have left her to die on her own.
Right, he should have. But it makes sense that he wouldn't. Being a World War II guy, he would try to protect the woman because that's like the society he grew up in, and not realizing that maybe she could take care of herself.
He would also have his head on a swivel because he literally came out of a battlefield. And you're telling me he couldn't hear the steps of that big ass dinosaur the killer was riding?
I mean, I'll give you that. But what I'm saying to you is you're right halfway, in the sense that like she was 100% the reason why this fool died. I agree with you on that because I remember watching the episode like, God damn, like this dude was trying to tell her like we got to keep moving. He was saying that consistently, and then they stopped because she was like, "Why don't you care about this, that, and the other?" And he's like, "In this world, you have to keep moving because he had been there 2 weeks, and now he's dead because he decided to help her out." And that sucked. But, you know, it's like, I'm not saying that, like, I don't feel like he deserved to die. I felt like, yeah, that's the only death personally that I felt she was responsible for. You know? But I was just like, man, like, it sucks because he was fine. Like, before he met her, he was surviving and eating and doing his thing.
He was Mo trying to kill the dodo to make the stuff.
Well, that's literally the character you play. Like that dude that got killed is, you know, aside from the World War II backstory, like that's it. Like that's the hands I see when I was punching the tree, like really hitting trees to get that fiber to build the hut. You know,
right?
So, just curious, how much did you guys watch?
I only get to see the first episode.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No wonder you didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Yeah, this mom is terrible.
Yeah.
The only good thing in her life was her wife, and then
how much did you watch, Oz?
Halfway through the second episode.
Okay, and then how much did you watch, Jay?
I watched all of it.
Got it. Which is how many episodes?
I think 6.
Wow. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, cool. So good. We got a lot of different perspectives here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. No, I didn't know what you were talking about because I was like, yeah, I hadn't seen any of that.
Watch that second episode. You'll see she's a terrible mom.
But either way, like the story isn't about.
I don't
like,
think so.
I don't like. For me, it's more of like I don't need that. Like I don't need a lot of character backstory in these episodes. Like from playing the game, where it's like you just don't know anything when you start. Like I'm okay with not knowing anything in a series. Like if anything, giving me characters that are likable without knowing their background, like just the fact that she had somebody to talk to when she washed up on the island is already better than the game for me. You know, like that's all I need. Like their interaction and then dying, like because it's like I'm already like I'm done with the tediousness. I'm into the action, and that's a better story than the game for me. You know, so like adding the flashback stuff, it's like I don't care that she's a lesbian. Like her being a lesbian has nothing to do with her survival on this island. You know,
I don't mind a little bit of that backstory because when you get to the point that what happens to her wife and where she is, like right after that, to what she can become being tossed in this island, you can see that. But after that first episode,
I watched Lost already. Like that's Lost. I already seen that. Like I don't need.
I'm just saying after that first episode and you get that story, we can be done with the flashbacks. Like we already know how smart she is.
Yeah.
We know where she was emotionally when she ended up in this place. Now we know where she can. Now we see where she's going.
So
just doing it again on episode 2, it's like it's dumb.
It doesn't sound to me, Oz, like you have a problem with the additional story. It almost sounds to me like what you have the issue with is like maybe you felt like the focus should have focused maybe on a different character. Because like say for instance, and you know, this is just me talking, only having seen one episode. It's like you have the PhD, what is she, like an anthropologist, I guess, or like
paleontologist,
whatever.
Paleontologist, I guess, because
is she a paleontologist?
Studying fossils and dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she studies that, but not just that. It doesn't feel like, but either way,
in the future, it's like some hybrid.
Right. She's right. She's like the person that's like, as far as I know, the furthest in the future from everybody there. So it's like you have that person who, like, we got to see a lot of her backstory in episode 1, right? It feels to me like what you're saying is you have other characters, whether it be like the doctor from the 1800s, or you have like the general from the Roman Empire. Like, we could have done backstory episodes on them in episode 2, or done like, basically the same thing that we did in episode 1. We could have done that with one of those characters in episode 2, and that seems to me like that would have been more interesting to you than going deeper into what is the main character's story.
No, it's just we don't need more backstory than just it. I actually don't even think we need the wife stuff, but it did add another layer to the character, so I didn't mind it too much. But then we're doing it again in the next episode. Now it's too much. But I think you do need her as the main character because of the artifact is like a futuristic thing that she's probably the most likely to figure it out.
And
So
that's the thing, like,
I need her as the main character. You don't need that much backstory.
And even like how you said, Larry, like maybe the Centurion guy, and like they gave enough story just through dialogue. Like that's where the writing excelled. Where it's like I don't need a flashback. I know everything I need to know about these characters for this episode. And if they're going to be a bigger threat, or if they're going to be like, it happens in animes sometimes or mangas where it's like you give you these characters, and then the main character that you thought you're following shifts. And he like gets locked in jail or dies or something, or he's in purgatory, and then you follow like Dragon Ball Z style, like Goku dies. Oh shit! All right, now we're following Gohan. Like like that. Then you can do some flashback stuff on them. But the way they tackled giving you the story from these characters was the good writing. I felt in the back story, like creating too much backstory. Like in playing the game, it's like I'm used to not having any backstory. I'm all mystery. So it's like. That I'm like, I don't need a lot of this from this chick, but she's still a good character. The voice performance is done well. The story, like, it's already better than the game for me, but those are the little knocking points. Like, I don't get me wrong, this series is still a one, like a 4 out of 5 for me. Like, I like it, and I'm not with Oz where he says like it's one of the worst shows he's seen. I still like it. Like, it's still enough like Lost, It's just in these 2 episodes, like, yeah, this is too much backstory. Like, I don't want that from Arc. I want Survival Evolved. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see her battling fucking pterodactyls, and if she's actually helping and she's domesticating it, where it's something you didn't really do too much in the game. Only certain animals, like a turtle or something like that. And the dodos, like she's actually like her being from that far into the future can help her domesticate the island a little bit in a way that's a little less violent but necessary violent. I hear you. That's interesting to me. Not her backstory.
So Jay, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
I'm
saying something.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. When you remember, let me know. Okay. But yeah, no, I think you're right, Mo, where it's like, well, I shouldn't say I think you're right, because I only got to see one episode.
Not 100% right, but you can see my point.
I can see where you're coming from, where like, there's nothing wrong with like focusing on from a flashback perspective, a different character, because I feel like in that first episode, we got enough of a gist of what is the main character to be like, oh, okay. Like, I think I could totally see us getting more info on the other characters, for it to be relevant. And I'm not talking about look, unfortunately, the only female character that I feel like they make significant in that initial episode is the main character. They touch on the Finnish chick a little bit, but realistically, it's like it's not enough for you to be like, I want to know about her, because she's just like, she ends up being like the replacement for the dude that got eaten by the dinosaur. What is he? Is he Irish?
Yeah, Scottish.
He's Scottish, right? Thank you. And it's like, but in my mind, it's like, yeah, you talk about either the centurion or the doctor from the 1800s, And if you don't talk about one of them, then probably the Scottish dude. Just because that's like who you kind of put out there, like, oh, it's interesting. Like those, or they get put up front.
The second episode has like some badass Chinese warrior lady.
Okay, look, I'm looking forward to that because, like, I wanted to watch the second episode. I just didn't get the opportunity to, unfortunately. But
he was too busy ignoring our Discord.
That's what it was.
He was too busy working out.
That's what it was. I was
now.
ignoring the Discord while working out,
holding up a gun sideways, like I'm
trying to rebuild my shoulders.
It's
because
like,
Mo's like, why are you so scrawny?
I know, when I saw him, his shoulders look all droopy. I'm like, nah, man, we need to build those motherfuckers up, man.
Right?
Get that 3D pop right here.
Get two guns and do that.
No.
Yeah.
I had to give him a resistance band because he couldn't do the dumbbells.
Right.
I'm like, dude, 5 sets of 15 with this. He's like, at 4.
Mo called me out and he was like, "See, you weakling," and I was like, "God damn it, I am a weakling."
I told you, I went to the gym with Mo when I was exercising regularly, and he broke me a little. In a good way, like it helped, but still.
Right. So, but anyway, so Ark, it's like, it's interesting just because I was like, okay, like off the one episode, I was like this got me interested. Like the ending of episode 1 made me feel like, oh, okay, like this character is pushing through.
Yeah.
And I wasn't certain if she would be, because I know, like, you know, there was a point where I was like, oh man, like she might not make it. And I wasn't certain if it was going to be a thing where they're going to be like, okay, well, she dies and I pick up with somebody else, or she was going to keep going. But I was like, okay, like I saw what they did, and I'm like, I want to watch the next episode. So, you know, I don't know, like, Jay, well, you watched the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Did you feel like you wanted to watch the next episode, or were you just more like, look, you're like, we're talking about this tonight, let me just push through?
No, I was enthralled.
Okay.
Watching that first episode, like, I felt really good watching it. Like, I like the story, the characters, the backstory I like. Honestly, I would have found it a little distracting without the backstory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's super athletic, like for a scientist. Yeah, like a scientist academic, but you know, her girlfriend, you see her girlfriend, and it's like, oh yes, they go like climbing like every other weekend.
She's strong.
Yeah. So it's like, I get that, keeping up with her.
Right.
And yeah, so I wanted to watch the second and the third and the fourth.
Okay.
And like I was into it. Like, I like these characters, I like this situation, I like the mystery. Yeah, not a lot I didn't like. Like, the animation is a little janky in the first episode. But other than that, like, yeah, I'm on board. Like, I was pretty much on board for the whole show.
Okay. Now, Oz, man, tell us about your experience, because, you know, like you said, you watched the first episode, and then you went to the second episode, but you didn't even finish the entire episode. What was that experience like, and what made it so that you were like, okay, I'm gonna start watching this? Like, you know, like, was the ending of the first episode what compelled you to watch the second, or was it more like, hey, we're doing this for the show? Like, tell me about that, and what made it so that you didn't finish?
No, I watched I was gonna watch the whole thing because we were gonna talk about it. That's really like the compelling reason. I mean, and when I finished the first one, I kind of thought, okay, well, now we're done with the backstory stuff, and we can just move the story along. And then you start getting that again on the second one, and like I said, they try to make you feel something for this mom that to me was like just seemed like a bad parent.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I was done. Like it wasn't interesting enough for me to keep watching.
Got it. So it was literally because they go back to the well in regards to the backstory. You're just like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for.
It's just overall, it wasn't
this prehistoric
wasn't
island.
that interesting.
Got it. Yeah, Mo, you only watched the first episode, right?
Yeah, mainly the first episode. I did see a little bit, but I didn't get to pay attention because it was at work. So I had the second episode playing, but I still, I got I saw the flashback and I'm like, what's this now? Like, that's what took me. Like, I wasn't paying attention to what was happening on the island, but when the mom's were like, what? Now I gotta find out about her mom too. Like, what the fuck? When you create these characters, it's just like, in a game, it's like these characters have no backstory. So, and I've read the comic also, by the way, the Arc comic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that you can do that. Like, they do that in the comic too, where they give characters backstories,
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Arc comic is, at least the one I read, was more closer tied to the game, and it was written by the lady that wrote the game too, Ann Toole.
Got it.
Which is technically a friend of the Fantastic Forum. We partied with her a couple back in the E3s and Comic Cons, and yeah, you guys don't remember. You Larry, you don't remember. Oz remembers because she says we can't make money in podcasting. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? She needs to... And then we started talking, and like, yeah, kind of right. Yeah, maybe there is no money in it. But she's the writer of it, and she wrote the comic. And so I have a signed copy of Arc, the comic. But yeah. But she didn't write the show. Yeah. So it's like, okay. But they did take some of that, a little bit of the way they did the comic to this. And again, without really the stuff I didn't like is all execution. The show itself, the story, everything around it is still good. The execution just, and it's like only 8 episodes. Like, okay, you're gonna fill it with a little flashbacks. I'm fine. I don't need those, but when you make something from one medium to another, some people are gonna have those questions,
right.
And you kind of have to give it to them in order for them to get you a second season. People like us don't need that, but so it's like I understand why they did that. So I don't even take that as a knock. Like when I take the points off or anything, it's not that. Like if anything, my points come off in the animation on the first episode, like a little janky, like Jay said. But it wasn't even a killer. Like it was still good, and the story was compelling enough. I liked every character I liked. Even the bad ones.
Yeah.
And then the main character, even with knowing more, by virtue of knowing more of her, just the fact that she can talk instead of just punching trees for fiber. It's like, I'm in,
Right.
It's like, I would rather, just like I played the game, I was like, man, fuck this. I read the comic. I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. And then I'm watching the TV series, and it's like, okay, I like the TV series and the comic better than the game. It does make me want to play the game now a little more, but yeah, I re-downloaded it on my phone, and it wasn't I know Jay said on the phone's not a good experience, but it's the same experience as you get on Steam for me.
That's too funny. Okay, cool. That's fair. If you're watching and you have thoughts on Arc, definitely feel free to jump into the conversation. Fantastic Forum .live if you want to call in, or you could just put your comments into the chat, whether that be through YouTube or Discord. So please feel free to become part of the conversation. I'm sorry, what did I say? Oh, I said Discord. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
YouTube or Twitch.
Definitely. If you want Larry to read your comments, you don't put them in Discord.
No, you don't. You don't do it in Discord as of right now. But yeah,
you say
Twitch or YouTube. So yeah, but okay. So with that said, though, I think. Do you all have anything else you want to say about Arc, the animated series, before we give it a rating?
I want to see.
There's going to be a season 2.
Oh yeah, that's already confirmed, huh? Okay, cool. Like, good look. What were you gonna say, Jay?
Yeah, you get a little preview of it after the show and
Oh, okay, look. Look. Kudos to them for confidence. And like
Frozen?
Kudos to the showrunners and to Paramount Plus.
Well,
who I did?
Most animated series get 2 episodes to begin with, because it's 2 series to begin with, because the second season is cheaper to make because they already have a lot of the assets done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's how Velma's getting a second season.
Yeah, and Harley Quinn worked on that. Like, they work their seasons in pairs. Like they'll have a 20 episode story, but give you 10 at a time.
Got it.
But either way, I'm happy. Like, look, I'm glad they did that. Godspeed only got 1 episode. So,
wait, Oz, you said who works like that?
Well, most animated stuff.
Oh,
like Velma.
I
mentioned Velma. It's getting a second season because of
Velma.
Because they sell 2 seasons at a time usually.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. That makes sense. So good for them. So yeah, Jay, let's start with you, buddy. You saw the entire season. What would you rate Arc, the animated series?
I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It got me reinterested in trying out the game.
That's huge.
And yeah, it just I really enjoyed it. I like the backstories, characters, the secrets. Looking forward to more of all of those.
There it is. Oscor, what would you rate Arc, the animated series?
I'll go with 2.5, and most of that is from the animation, because the animation was fine. I couldn't find any fault with that. It's all just it's a story and execution. Yeah. There's you could see good things in there. They just not done well at all. But if you already have Amazon, I mean, you're not paying anything extra, right? Like, I wouldn't get Amazon for it, but if you have it,
Paramount Plus,
whatever, same. I don't care.
Not the
kind of.
I don't have either, so it's the same to me.
That's fair. Like, but look, friggin' big money Oz. Money Magnum. How do you feel about it?
A 4. It's a 4. Again, the problems were like the writing and the story. I didn't feel was bad, but the execution was, maybe if you're gonna do a B plot with the flashbacks, like spread them out a little later, make them more impactful or something. I don't see where they connect to what it is right now. So it's like, even that first episode could have been shorter without those. I found more with what I heard of the adversary characters. Like, they gave their backstory by talking, And sorry, I have to pet my dog because she's looking at me and wagging her tail. And but yeah, so they did enough with dialogue in a natural way that felt natural too, which is that's the harder stuff to do. It's like, why bother the animators with making a flashback? Like, you could just talk about, like that's what I love about Scavenger's Reign. Like the flashbacks all had purpose. Like they all had a purpose for the story of the theme of each episode. And this kind of feels like that too, but it ain't no Scavenger's Reign. You know?
No, I agree with you on that. I feel you.
But that's a masterpiece in and of itself. So you can't all be that, you know.
No, absolutely right. I agree with you. Okay, so yeah, with that said, I would also give it a 4. Not because I kind of felt like it was lacking, honestly. It was just more so like the first episode, which is all I got to see, unfortunately, was really good, but it's just like, you know, it wasn't it didn't necessarily like quite knock it out the park. It was just a great episode of a series. And so I'm like, okay, like there's more episodes. I know they exist. I want to watch them. They might be as good as this or they may not. So I have to give it a 4 just because I don't know on a whole if it's going to like, you know, end up being like a 5 out of 5. But it definitely did enough for me to be like, I would definitely want to watch the next episode. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 and, you know, like maybe we'll come back and revisit it. I don't know. You know, we'll see. But I enjoyed it personally. I thought it was great. And it was like visceral. Sheesh, man. Like, look, I mean, I know that the first episode is kind of like maybe enough episode or enough time to be like 2 episodes of a series, but like they made me care enough about like the Scottish dude, like for, you know, when we're in the mix of things and I'm like, oh no, like this dude looks like he's in peril. I cared, you know? And that says a lot. So yeah, it was a good show.
Review.
Review. Well, not like that, but like.
That's Jay telling you, hey, we get it, Larry. You like it. Shit. What the fuck?
I know. Jay's like, screw you. We're going home.
Yeah. Look, he's got to go.
No, I thought you were done.
He should have been done like 5 minutes before that. But
hey, everyone else got to talk. Sons of bitches. Let's talk about Batman Dark Age. How about that? Moses, tell us about it.
That's why Oz left. Man, I'm going to re-upload a video clip for tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell, because this is like, we did Superman Space Age, and it was interesting. I was the only one that read it. Jay didn't read it. Oz didn't read it. And then I'm over here monologuing. Larry was gone because he didn't read it, and it turned into a disaster. So I tried to do it with Dark Age, see what happened, but it's basically Mike Allred and shit, I forget who the writer is.
Mark Russell,
yeah. And he they did their take, like how they did Superman Space Age, they did Batman Dark Age. So it's like a New Year one, which I know Oz doesn't like. He doesn't like retelling of the origins, but you know, you get the origin of the like Batcave a little bit, you know. So he likes origin of stuff, like random things. So, but it's definitely done in that style, like the Mike Allred, Mark Russell style, where it's like kind of beatniky and hipstery and kind of like a 60s pop art psychedelia comic. And I love their style. Like I loved it in iZombie. I loved it in Atomics, X-Force with Dupe, you know, which Dupe comes out in the last X-Men 97.
Wait, this latest episode?
No, he doesn't. No, the one that comes out is the one that looks like a blob with just teeth, with just like a brain with eyes.
He's a purple blob skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh! You're talking about friggin' damn it! What's this fool's name? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. He's featured heavily in it.
Really?
Yeah, like
That's
I mean, not like
interesting.
a speaking part, but he's like everywhere you turn, like he's there. Yeah,
Damn it. But okay, yeah, keep going.
yeah.
Talk about
But
Batman. Sorry.
but yeah, so that's kind of like that's the style that this is, and if you like the Atomics, Madman, X-Force with Dupe, you know, iZombie, this is what you're getting here. But it's basically another, like, it's not even a year one Batman. Like, it's more like Bruce Wayne learning to be like, fuck, I got to be an adult now.
Right,
It's all
right.
about him being a kid. So it's like year zero for Bruce Wayne, like, because he figures he's like, okay, there's certain things you got to do, and it kind of does like the Illuminati of Gotham thing, like the Court of Owls type of thing, and kind of plays on that and plays on the like the Gates of Gotham stuff for the whole like the way Gotham works from a business standpoint and the future of it and how people don't want it. But like, you're not getting a lot of that. You're really just getting Bruce Wayne growing up and being like, okay, now this isn't my playground anymore. It needs to be Batman playground. Like he's figuring that out. Shows his like running with Selena Kyle. Like it's almost like the Gotham show in a sense because they're like meeting each other as like teenagers, and then eventually, they'll be what they are. But yeah, I kind of had that feeling, which it was knocking off a point for me. But yeah.
His
Jay,
name is
did you get
Blob, by the way.
Glob?
Oh yeah, Blob Herman, right?
Yeah.
Glob.
Yeah.
Blob Herman? Like the Blob?
It's not the Blob. It's
No, Glob.
Blob Herman.
Glob.
The G, yeah, okay.
Oh, Glob. Glob
The
Herman.
G.
Sheesh. Yes, Glob.
Yeah. Like Robert Herman,
Yeah.
Glob.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. Because I was like, damn it, what's this fool's name? Jay, what did you think of this Batman Dark Age?
I was just like, why? Like, why do I need this?
Why?
Like, I don't,
Why?
Yeah, like I don't. I'm not really getting a lot out of it. Like I don't know why. Yeah, it's like normally Elseworld before like radical differences, and this is just us.
At what point in the book do you feel like you were like, why are we telling this story? Like, was it like at the beginning? Was it like halfway through? Was it like 3/4 of the way? At the end?
It was like
where?
It was when Bruce's parents told him they were going to the movies without him, and I was like, why?
Got it. Okay. That's fair. Derek H says, just saying, opening 5 minutes of Fallout are terrifying. Okay.
Yeah, he's messing
look,
with me. I'm telling you, man.
We'll be talking about it next week. So that's all good. Don't worry, Oz. Oz, focus. You're talking about Batman Dark Age. What'd you think? You're a Batman fan.
This book sucked.
Damn.
It was shitty writing. The art wasn't even that good.
Wow. Now, what made it shitty writing?
I'll tell you the point where I wanted to throw it in the garbage.
Okay, tell me, please.
Was
That's all I
when
want to know.
He's like in detention, or no, I guess he got arrested. Young Bruce Wayne, and he's talking to Selena.
Yes.
Just thoughts like at that point, like, all right, this is like Gotham but shitty. So I'm done.
But Gotham but shitty is what Gotham is.
Well, honestly, like it's actually better than Gotham. Like when you see that, when you like Larry watched Gotham, and like when you see that interaction with them two, like as kids, it's different than this.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but when you said Gotham but shitty, you were talking about Gotham, but like you're talking about the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about like
But
the city in general, but I got you.
Why would you talk about the city in general?
Because it's a thing. Like Gotham is a thing.
Gotham's always shitty. I don't know what when is Gotham?
I was confused. Goddamn. Anyway, continue, please.
Yeah, it's just it's terrible, boring. Yeah, it's an Elseworld story that isn't even done right. I should have been done when I realized the old man in the wheelchair was Bruce Wayne, and I guess he's writing in his diary, and that's what we're reading. Because like that's not the Bruce Wayne that recruits Terry McGinnis,
right?
So,
or is it?
No, but again, like that when you talk about like Elseworlds being fundamentally different, like that's it.
Right.
It's not like
there's no Terry McGinnis here. Like he literally he has a duty to do his like what his father wanted for Gotham as a Bruce Wayne tech dude, and then he has to do the Batman thing instead, and he's at these crossroads. Like that's what this book is.
But here's the thing that was interesting for me, because the book shows us that a Batman is a thing. Like Batman exists. Now, then it starts showing us an old Bruce Wayne and a young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And neither one of those two Bruce Waynes seems like Batman to me. So, from my perspective, I'm like, how does this young Bruce Wayne become Batman? And how does the old Bruce Wayne have been Batman but end up as this like retirement home guy? You know? So either way we go, from my perspective, I was just like, it's a little bit interesting, because I'm like, I don't understand or see how we have a Batman in this world, but we still end up having like punk kid Bruce Wayne or old man convalescent home Bruce Wayne. So I'm like, I'm kind of interested. And then on top of that, at the end, they throw in a little bit of a twist, which is still like, it's kind of a deep cut, I think. Like that was one of the things I kind of found interesting, where it's like, yeah, if you've been a fan of DC Comics for a long time, that twist is like enough for you to be like, oh, I'm in. What's this all about? But I could totally see people reading the end of this book and being like, I don't understand why that's significant at all. And that's a little bit of a thing where it's like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good read of the audience. I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's like, it's definitely not a reference that's like current.
Oh, I think Pariah is very current. He's in everything these days. He was in the Arrowverse, for God's sake.
Yeah, but the way they use them isn't like this.
No, I mean the name. The name is there. I'm not saying
right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't feel like even the people that know the name aren't going to be like, oh, I get. Like he makes a reference to 1985, and I'm just like, if like you have to know comics to know why that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and it's like knowing comics in a very specific way, where I'm like, I get that reference, but I'm like here's the thing. I could see a world where someone like me might not get that reference because maybe I didn't do Fantastic Four.
No, or you just forgot.
Right. Exactly. Either way. Whether I didn't do Fantastic Four or I just forgot. And it's just like, why is 1985 significant? Because it's like, maybe I'm just a Marvel guy. And, that makes me sad, too. Because I want to know about comics in general.
It makes me sad too because you're not even a good Marvel guy.
Oh, screw you, Oz. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you
Jay,
see?
Jay, hold on, Jay. Before you go off, like, give it a rating. I know you got like.
Oh, you saw him clicking.
You got like 15 seconds. Yeah.
I give it like a 1.
Damn, Jay.
That's
a
right.
1?
I didn't really enjoy the art either. So
Yeah.
like,
all reds aren't for everybody.
right. So I was like, yeah.
Man,
I
is
agree.
that the lowest rating you've ever given anything, Jay?
No, I gave a 0.
Feels like it.
Something else.
I gave a -2.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Schlub.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. You did.
He didn't like that opening scene with the camera inside the mouth.
Right.
Better art than this book.
I mean,
Okay.
either way, like, it's comparable. Either way, I got another 45 seconds out of Jay into overtime without having to pay.
Appreciate
I
you,
was
Jay.
trying to look up because I could have swore Pariah was in Beware the Batman, but I might be thinking of Anarchy.
Mm,
That's very different.
probably so.
Yeah.
I mean, Pariah was in the most, well, not the most recent, but what was the DC event he was just in?
Like Dark
Was that-
Multi, like the
Dark Multiverse. Yeah.
yeah.
Pariah was in that. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that makes him like a factor because I don't feel like Dark Multiverse was like this, like even for DC people, I don't feel like it was like this giant event.
Well, everything Pariah has been in since 1985 hasn't been that huge thing.
Right. Like that's Pariah's known for Crisis.
Yeah.
Or Crisis. Yeah. Like that's where Pariah's significant. That's where he started. That's like his apex. But at the same time, it's just like one of those things where it's like, okay, like, and here's the thing, like, honestly, even if say this story was told, I mean, it would be told differently, but like, say it was told in a, like in the main continuity of the DC universe, it would be less significant or less impactful for me, at least, than in this scenario. Because in this scenario, I'm just like, okay, we don't know where this is gonna go. Like at least I'm intrigued, but apparently I might be the only one.
No. I am too. Yeah. It's just
Okay,
awesome,
so we're
Jay. It's just
we're the
a
only
lot.
two.
Yeah, it's a lot easier reviewing these books when you're here and they actually read it too. Yeah, that's like we never really got a good review out of Superman Space Age. Yeah.
Fair. So Oz, you're not a fan of the All Reds art, you're saying?
Nah.
That's fair.
Like this whole.
No,
this
I mean,
whole
I get
book-
it.
This whole book is going in the garbage.
Damn. Okay, well, listen.
Like, can we do it on camera, like, so we can go viral on TikTok?
Oh, here, let me print it out. My digital copy.
Make sure you staple it. But no, Oz, for real, like, I mean,
Just do a screen,
Just like I throw it away.
a screen capture of like putting it in your recycle bin.
No, I'll go buy it just so I can toss it in the garbage.
look, do both. Look, the sad fact of the matter is I feel like the recycle bin one would probably go more viral than buying the book and actually tossing it in the garbage. You have to like set it on fire to like almost.
You don't like the origin of the Batcave?
No. Hashtag not my bat cave.
I mean, it's not a bat cave, probably.
It's a basement,
but
Yeah.
right.
You
right.
just dug it out a little more as it
But
goes.
hey, it is what it is. So okay, so Oz, look, let's not beat around the bush, Oz. What would you rate Batman Dark Age?
I'm with Jay. I'm gonna go 1. I was gonna go
Damn.
2, but he convinced me to go lower.
That's fair. Interesting. Moses Magnum, how did you feel about Batman Dark Age?
I mean, I like this. I mean, I enjoy the art. This is what I like in comics. Yeah, it's clean. It's and I'm a dude that reads a lot of independent stuff. So I like, dude, I should have shown you today. Like this dude literally just splashed ink, and it flows sequentially, but it's still just splashed ink and scratch, and it could be genius and it could be garbage, just depending on who decides to really buy this book. But it's a weird. It's the art is weird, So here it's like it's super. The architecture is good, which is even better. Like with the Allreds, it's like when they do a lot of big architecture things, it gets a little weird. And here they actually like you can put your protractor in the center of the city page, and everything is in proportion. Like they're doing good work here, and hearing it talk like shit is definitely not. I don't agree with that at all. So yeah, I mean it's a 4 out of 5, and I really like enjoy seeing like this business side of Wayne Tech and them trying to get like the little shadow people trying to get like even the way they handled the Wayne's death, like having it be more of a secret society thing than just a regular mugging. Like that's new, like. And again, when you talk about Elseworlds, like there's fundamental changes, and it's like, yeah, that's a fundamental change here,
Right.
Like that's you say you didn't get that, it's like, no, you're getting it here,
Yeah.
And
even Bruce Wayne not being there.
Yeah, it changes his perspective, changes his attitude, changes a lot. So, like, I don't get where people like when people don't like this, and it's like, it's just, some of the shit that people are saying is like, it's a rehash of the origin. It's like, it's different,
It is
like,
different.
So it's like a year one. Like I compare it to Frank Miller's year one, to the degree where it's like you feel in spirit it's the same, but it's different. A little different.
Different.
Some things you can take into the canon, some things you can't.
Right.
And I enjoyed every part of it, so it's a 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Okay. Yeah, I know for myself, I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Only because it's like for me, it's like I understood the perspective that like a Jay was coming from, and an Oz, where you kind of like begin reading it and you're like, what's the point? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I know that when I started reading the book, I kind of felt that way. At the same time, as I kept reading, I was like, okay, this is different. And, it's different for a reason, or at least it felt like that way to me. Where it's like, they have a different story to tell in regards to Batman. And here's the thing. I mean, I think the big part of it was just like, this actually might be a Batman story that we haven't gotten before. And which is hard to say just because it's like Batman's been around since the 30s, and there's so many Batman stories that have been told, and a lot of them feel like rehashes. And this didn't feel like a rehash. At the same time, because of how it started, I was kind of like, I don't know, like, what's the point? I felt that. What's the point? But I felt like halfway through, I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm understanding the point of what they're trying to, like, the story they're trying to tell here. And the subsequent books will be released, and I'll see if what I'm thinking is the case is happening. But at the end of the day, I was intrigued enough by the end of the book to like be like, I would like to read the next issue. Like again, the Allreds are stylized, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not a huge fan of the Allreds in regards to art. I'll mess with it because it's not terrible. It's just like it's a it's very, or in my mind, it's a very specific kind of stylized art that you know I could totally understand why it's like polarizing. And for me, I just so happen to be like one of the few people that it's kind of in the middle for me, where it's like I get what they're doing. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. You know?
I love it.
So, huh?
I'm like, I love it. Like,
right, and that's the thing.
I feel like the way I look, like I could be in one of these comics. Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that most people are love it or hate it, and I just happen to be like one of the few people where I'm like, I could take it or leave it because it's not bad art. I don't think it's bad art. It's just not my particular cup of tea. Like it has like a very pop art kind of vibe to it that doesn't necessarily resonate with me in regards to comic books. But I can't look at it and be like, oh, it's terrible, because it's not. It's just particular, you know?
I think a lot of the problem comes with this is just something like that I would put in my thesis for my honorary you know,
no,
where it's like if you saw this art in a strip on a Sunday newspaper, you would have no problem with a setup and a punchline. You know, but seeing it done with sequential story, it almost bores you when you're like, especially like a product of like the 80s and 90s comics, like you're you know, and for me it's like I going back and reading like, you know, the old Tales from the Crypt and all the old shit I could find, like this kind of throws back to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I guess that's why I love it, because it's just like I had the 90s stuff, but I also appreciate a lot of the older shit a lot too, you know?
You know what it reminds me of personally is the old
comics.
Huh?
The old like Archie Western comics. Like
no, I was gonna say
me
like
neither.
I was gonna say what are the like the soap opera comic strips?
Yeah, like Rex Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah, like I love that shit. I fucking love those.
It reminds me of like Rex Morgan, or there was like another one. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. But here's the thing: like those are the comic strips in the newspaper that I was just like,
you didn't read.
I'm not really rocking with these. Like these,
I love Rex
they don't
Morgan
interest me in the same
shit,
one.
Man, yeah.
I'm like, where's Spider-Man?
Like I do want to like. I guess this is like the dream project. Is like if I could do like All My Children in that style,
right?
You know, like it'd be fucking dope. Like comic version. You know how like Eric Wallace got to work on like Dark Shadows. Like that was his dream project.
Right.
That's what I would do. I'd do like maybe like a 90210, but with like Mike Allred drawing. Like that would be the shit. Like a comic book.
And
you know.
And here's the thing.
Or Dawson's Creek. Yeah.
Right, listen,
or Gilmore Girls. Oh,
I would 100%.
Yeah.
I would 100% appreciate that much more so today.
Yeah.
Than I would have when those properties originally came out. And hence the same thing with like the Rex Morgan, where it's like I wasn't mature enough to appreciate Rex Morgan for what it was then. If I went back to Rex Morgan, I'd probably be like, damn, like this joint's actually really good. And that's the whole thing.
So what happened with me was Rex Morgan used to, on Sundays, will get published right on top of Spider-Man by Stan Lee. So it's like, it was on my way. So I'm like, you know what, let me read this too. And it's like, you know, I was laughing at Marmaduke earlier and Kathy.
Right.
You know,
see,
I'm not laughing at Rex Morgan, but it's like, when I'm reading Spider-Man, I'm not laughing either. So it's like, it was like, so I'm like, okay, I laugh here. Now it's a drama. Like, and you know, I didn't have TV, so I didn't have like your comedy hour, your game show hour, and your soap, you know, night soap hour. That for me, the Sunday paper was that, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm dating myself.
Hey, look, we get it. So, you know, but at the end of the day, like I said, I would give it a 3.5 only because it's like I'm kind of reserving my judgment just a little bit, but it's enough for me to be like, I'll read issue 2, and that says a lot, just because a lot of number ones don't do enough work to get me to be like, let me read number 2.
And this is a black label, so it's like the beauty of those is there are only 3 issues. Like,
right. Well, yeah, that's true too, and also too, like, all of the dynamics of the different characters are happening enough. Like, even without the Batman aspect,
just Alfred as a sniper.
Alfred, delinquent Bruce Wayne, thieving Selena Kyle, like, those characters are enough for me to be like, I would like to see where this goes. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Watch that be the new, like, the new event, like Pariah coming from, it's creating the rest of the DC universe like this, and Mike already draws the entire DC line,
and that's the other part. Pariah doing what Pariah's doing in this book, I was just like, okay, like, and then him like dropping 1985 specifically, I'm like, I kind of like, that was a big part of me going to issue 2, definitely too, along with those different other relationships. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So anyway, all right, it's time for us to get out of here. Let's do some final thoughts.
Hold on.
No problem. Take your time. Next week, we'll talk some Fallout. And something else. We'll figure it.
I'm gonna watch that shit right now.
There it is.
Yeah. I had comics that I wanted. I saw a news story on the TV news, talking about when you're high and drunk, like, you spend on shit, and it's like men buy stuff on Amazon. And Emily finally witnessed it. She didn't believe that I accidentally bought a computer while falling asleep. But then she's like, you're falling asleep, and I'm like, literally, like, it hit, like, double tap, hit again to buy now, like, this other camera. And I was just looking at the specs, but I dozed off and tapped it. So she's like, they need to do a study about sleep, buying. But yeah, I did accidentally high Kickstarter. Like, I funded another camera project. So we don't know if it's gonna be even worth it, but I got it for $200. So it could be $1 million. The last one that got funded like that was $1 million camera. Like, you could, because people funded it, like, it won over $1 million to get it made, and it was a piece of garbage. And this one doesn't feel like it'll be that, and it's like please, people, don't fund that thing, because I don't want to pay $200 for that. But if it does, it's like, I'll sell it for $1 million.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Like, are you trying to play the thing, Mo, and we can't hear it?
You probably can't hear it, but Oz, can you hear the music? It's playing.
No, okay. Listen, no, it's okay. Let me go to the thing and I'll play it.
No, I'm playing it now. Like,
but we can't hear it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm playing it from a different. I'm playing it from a different source. I'm not playing it from here because I wanted to go seamless into the out, and not have
Here, I'm going to play it.
Yeah. Figure it out, Larry.
Huh?
No. It's okay.
No, I
was playing it already. It's just not from the StreamYard. I'm playing it from something else. So the audience can hear it. But,
they can hear it?
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Play it now. Like, I already turned it off. I just, I'm trying to go seamless into the ending. So, it's easier if I play it from another source than...
Now no one's playing it.
Yeah, and we're not ending. Like, you don't even know, like, this motherfucker, he grabbed my camera the second day of WonderCon, changed all the settings by pressing one button. like everything's in slow mo with no audio. And I'm like, Larry, what the fuck did you do? Like, I had it ready. All you have to do is hit the red button, and it's like everything. Not only that's why we don't have no video. Not only is everything in slow motion, it's 6 gigabyte like files that I have to edit and shit because it's like the frame rate just turned into like 240p.
That's quality, baby. That's quality.
4K. No, now we have shit like we gotta redo it because that's all Jay video too. So it's like we got to do that for the intro where Jay's walking in slow motion. Like,
I mean, we could just speed it up.
But there's no audio. Like, there's a whole interview. There's a whole conversation with Ed about Immortal Era. Like, it's all just slow motion with no audio.
We'll speed it up and dub it.
Well, yeah, We'll hire voice actors to do it. Yeah, whatever.
I can do that. I can be Ed.
No, you have to play Jay.
I can be Jay. I'm like, well, I love a dub.
Like, I was telling my apprentice about it, and like, I don't know what the fuck it is with Larry, but like, and literally, like in the video that we do, it's like he's like, do I turn it off? I'm like, no, don't touch it. Just you hand it back to me. Don't press anything because I know you're gonna fuck it up. Like, Larry technology don't work. Like.
Technology, yeah, like
even that's supposed to loop, and
it's looping now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oz. Oh, we can say Oz.
Nothing. What?
Oh,
final thought.
Oz.
Final thought.
Give me some final thoughts.
The way this alcohol has hit me, it's gonna be a cheap date when I'm over there. So, I might want Liz to steal my beer next time. I don't know if I can handle it anymore.
It's okay, Oz.
Is that your homemade beer?
No. Well, I had like half a bottle of some of my homemade stuff, and it hit harder than it should have because it's not that strong.
All right.
Too funny. Moses Magnum
likes the beer because
again, we promised you some WonderCon stuff. There might be some stuff coming, but you got to follow us on TikTok and other shit. Which, after the death of Eddie Piscoor, I'm not feeling like doing anything. So just subscribe anyway, and you'll get it when you get it.
I feel like that sounds fair.
Whatever. Fuck it.
For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We will be back next week. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you let us know what you want to hear us talk about, what you don't want us to hear, what you don't want us to talk about. And yeah, give us some feedback. We would appreciate it. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum. Good night.
You're gonna play that too, right?
Yeah, I'll do it. Hold on. Video clips. Outro, new outro.